ICPSR has always been a membership organization. And one of the fundamental things that we did early in my time at ICPSR was to think hard about how we could adapt the membership structure that existed at ICPSR so that it was flexible and available for the kind of institutions that were going to exist as we went forward. And we did that adaptation. We changed the structure of membership at ICPSR, changed the kinds of memberships we had, changed the prices that we charged for them, and really accomplished a lot by doing that. At the same time, and I hope that they're related, the membership of ICPSR grew tremendously between 2001 and 2009 by more than half. A lot of that international growth, but also a lot of domestic growth, as ICPSR became the place that academic institutions had to go, had to be members in order to accomplish what their goals were as academic institutions that supported research and teaching in the social and behavioral sciences. But one of the ways that we encouraged institutions and individuals and eventually sponsors to believe that ICPSR was the premier data repository, premier data archive in the world was in 2001 by building the first really effective interdisciplinary and multi-source data delivery system based on the World Wide Web. The web had existed for 5 or 6 years before then. We certainly weren't the first people to deliver data over the web, but we built this robust system that delivered data in an effective way to lots of people, and we enhanced it repeatedly over time, both by coming up with a system that updated the website every couple of years so that it always looked fresh and new, but also by gradually adding features to the website like a bibliography of literature related to data, by building improved search capability, and by doing things along those lines that really made it incredibly useful. So ICPSR was really, although we started a little bit late, ICPSR was very much at the forefront of online delivery of data. As we built up our capacity, we also found new sources of data and new sponsors for those data. And so we opened a series of new specialized archives in the 2000s. Two that I'm especially proud of are the data sharing for demographic research, the Demographic Data Archive supported by the National Institute for Child Health and Human Development, and the Child Care Archive supported by the Department of Health and Human Services, where we were able to work effectively with partners across government and at the academy to make sure that data were preserved and made available for researchers and for students for as long as possible, and in forms that were going to be readily available. The other project that I'm especially proud of is a partnership that we led of 4 major private data archives, plus the National Archives of the United States, which was sponsored by the Library of Congress. And we built through that a whole set of U.S. national facilities for social science data that really were unprecedented in their ability to be a partnership. A part of that partnership that was really effective was the fact that we built up relationships then not only with other data archives, but very close relationships with the data, with the digital library community. ICPSR had not been integrated very well either into the digital preservation world, broadly speaking, or into the digital libraries world. And through our contacts with the Library of Congress projects, of which there are many, we were able to build relationships that have sustained ICPSR effectively as we've moved forward. Finally, the other part of what we did in the time that I was at ICPSR was to build research capacity. We created a set of mechanisms where ICPSR staff could do research very effectively both in the area of data preservation and confidentiality protection, and in other areas, especially in the historical areas where I've been a leader and where I've been a participant over the years. And by bringing researchers to ICPSR and by making them very much part of what we do here, we've really been very, very effective at expanding our reach.